What is positive discipline? We know that positive discipline is a part of big picture of empowering and encouraging the child, right? Because we're not saying no because we want our kids to be afraid of us or to force them to be quiet or behave in a convenient way. Instead, we're giving them age-appropriate guidance so they can learn how to make good choices, all with goal of increasing their independence and confidence as they prove that they can handle it. It's like teaching them to learn how to bike, right? We don't just plop our toddler in a racing bike and push it down a hill, because he'll end up seriously hurting himself and other people. That's why, my dear parents, we pick a small bike with training wheels and teach them how to paddle in a safe area like a garage. Okay, because eventually we take off the wheels and bring them outdoors. Only when we know how to bike, and we do not let them ride freely around the neighborhood. Okay, right? However, we have to pay attention in how we teach them. What if we scream at them when they fall off a bike? Can you imagine that? Or can you compare them to other bikers or threaten them to give up when they fall off? Maybe your child may learn how to bike, but he'll probably hate it. And worst, he will hate you too. Okay? We know that positive discipline is still discipline. You need to set and enforce rules and routines. But the way we do it, it should be nurturing our child's self-esteem. It also becomes an integral part of a parent-child bond. He knows and we knows and he feels your unconditional love. And he may not like the rules, but he understands why you're doing it. So in this webinar, Mr. or Brother Aguirre will definitely share practical tips on how to do positive discipline, right? But the key or the main concept is to communicate. We need to communicate, okay? Positive discipline relies a lot on communication. We cannot just say no, or because I said so, or because you said so. We need to help explain why the rules are helpful in an age-appropriate way. Our children need very concrete examples and simple words, right? Some examples we need to say like take a nap, or because you will be tired and cranky to have fun at the playground if you won't take a nap. Or you can say, drink your milk, because, when you drink your milk, you have a lot of energy and you have a stronger muscles. With that, you can even play basketball in a better way. Something like that. We need to encourage our children. And my dear parents, we need to pay attention to our voice and facial expressions when we say this, because our children understand body language more than words, and we need to keep our voice firm, at the same time calm, and if needed, we need to kneel so we can maintain eye contact to our child, because this works better than shouting or saying things over and over again. Okay, and also we need to understand the age-appropriate behavior, because the positive discipline recognizes that a child is a work in progress, right? And we have to take into account their age and maturity when we demand certain behaviors. For example, for preschoolers, they have shorter attention spans and they easily overstimulated, right? So it's normal for them to get fuzzy in the middle of a lesson, in the middle of a talk, right? But if they throw a tantrum, they're not being bad. They're just telling us that they're tired or hungry or even have a headache, So in this situation like this, preparation is key. Anticipate when our child can misbehave and either avoid it or manage it. For example, we need to limit the time, for our lesson. Instead of having a 50-minute, then we can make it like 45-minute, or 30-minute, something like that. And take a deep breath and take a break in the middle of that lesson. because we know preschoolers have a shorter attention span. Okay, and also, my dear parents and teachers, be consistent. We need to be consistent. Inconsistency confuses the child. We cannot be strict about gadget time but then give them when he cries. This is very common scenario. I myself is somehow guilty with this because because I have a lot of people around me, especially my sisters. They give, I said no in giving cell phones, but then they give cell phone or gadget to my child, so it's a big no-no. So it's important to talk also about the rules with other people in the house, okay, like our yayas or even our partners, because discipline is not just the job of a mom or a mother. It's not a job for us mother or even teachers. It's a family decision about the kind of habits and values we want our child to have. And we also have this, we need to praise our child's good behavior. We often notice bad behavior, right? But the best way to reinforce a rule is to pay equal attention to when our child follows it. The key is to describe the specific behavior and give a concrete benefit, and not just say good boy or good girl. We know that vague praise makes them associate behaving with being accepted, plus they won't really know what you mean by good. Some example would be, you put away your toys, darling, without any reminding. Now your room looks very neat and you can find everything right away. Right? Something like that. Okay, and also we have this, give them words to describe their feelings. Like, for example, when they cry or hit and kick because they don't know how else to express themselves. We can avoid a lot of tantrums if we give them specific words for what they feel. Like, I am angry, I am disappointed, I am sad, I am frustrated. Also, we need to teach them better ways of dealing with their emotions. We can say, I know you're angry, but you can't shout at me or throw your toys at me. We can say that one. And we can also tell our kids, like, they could take a deep breath until you feel better. It's okay, something like that, okay? And we understand, we can say it this way too. I understand you're frustrated and you want to play outside, but we can't because it's raining or because of the virus. So we will just look and play something else inside. Would that be fine? So we will say that way. In that but we won't expect, of course, that they will automatically calm down. But we need to slowly teach them how to deal with stress and conflict, a skill they will need throughout their lives, right? This is a good skill to give them. And of course, for us, dear parents, we need to manage our feelings. Let's be honest, sometimes we overreact to misbehavior because we're tired, we're stressed, fed up, or burnout, right? Then we blow up and our child doesn't understand what he did wrong. He just becomes scared or worried by our facial expressions or voice. That's why, my dear parents, self-care is a huge part of positive parenting. We can take care of our kids if we don't take care of ourselves too, right? Or be able to listen to needs without respecting our own. Even super moms need little breaks when they can't do what they love, something like that. And of course, my dear parents, you don't need to feel guilty about it either. If you feel good, then it will show up in your voice, your face, and how you react to your child's behavior. We know that a happy mom is a calm mom, and a calm mom is always in control. So, my dear parents, just chill. And of course, we need to attend Vibal's YouTube webinar today, and with our determined speaker, our respective speaker, Mr. or Brother Roderick Aguirre, on the topic Positive Discipline at Home Through Executive Functions Development. My dear parents, I'm encouraging you to attend this webinar. because you will definitely get a lot from Brother Roderick. So I think that's it for this webinar update. So thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to register to get your certificate of participation. So until next time, thank you.